Okay, hi mamas, it's Coach Tina again, and I have a special guest. For those of you that are in the allergy forum, this is Cathryn, and she's one of our fellow admins there. So she is out here visiting me for a little bit. The THM admin retreat is this coming weekend, and so actually admins are just descending upon us here in Middle Tennessee. And so she's here early to hang out with me and spend some time, and I thought it would be just a total blast. Yeah, she's my good buddy.
Besties.
Yes, truly, truly. And so she came out to spend some time with me before the retreat coming up this following weekend. And I just thought it would be a total blast to have her along as we make another recipe. So today's recipe, I'm turning on my little computer here because it's shut off. We are going to make, it just seems fitting to make another admin. It's going to be Sylvia's breakfast cookie recipe. And I will of course link it in the description so you guys can find it. Now her recipe is pumpkin spice breakfast cookies, and they're absolutely fabulous for breakfast. They're great for snacks. They're great for dessert. They do all kinds of things. Have you ever had these cookies yet?
I haven't yet, and I've been wanting to make them, so I'm excited.
Okay, and we have different allergies. We have some similar allergies and some different ones. So we're gonna just show you guys what we're gonna do to make this work for all of our allergens. So,
and believe it or not, we're not down to ice at this point.
No, we're not. And actually the ice would have to be organic and filtered. And yeah. So anyway, I think really out of this whole recipe, the only thing you really can't have is the baking powder that I have. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, and what's the problem with baking powder for you?
It's corn derived. It has cornstarch in it, and which isn't good for me, but I usually substitute baking soda and cream of tartar, and it comes out wonderfully. So if you have a corn allergy, just substitute half baking soda and half cream of tartar for your baking powder.
Yeah. So they're easy stuff, but we're gonna just try these without it and just see how it goes. And that's something I think us admins would really encourage people. Just try, I know the ingredients are expensive, but I already know a recipe like this particular one. The worst case is they're just a little bit more dense, a little thicker, but I think they'll still be a great cookie. So it's not a big deal.
And also, when you're winging it, the best thing that we've always told people to do is divide the recipe down.
Yeah.
Divide it in half, or if you can, divide it in quarters, and that way you get to test it out with your ideas, and if it's a flop, it's just a little flop.
Yeah, it's not so bad. But this, I'm not really worried, so we're gonna go all in and we're gonna make a big batch because she's here with me for, let's see, we have
about a week.
Yeah, about a week. So we need plenty of snacks to keep us happy because, happy little on-plan admins on vacation is a really good thing. So we're gonna start off with this. So these are normally pumpkin, but it's not fall, it's summer. So we decided we wanted to do them apple pie spice kind of a flavor, right?
Because that would be fun.
Yeah, because we thought that would be a lot more fun. All right, so here we go. So like I said, this will be linked below, but we're gonna go ahead. Do you wanna put 2 cups of flour into this here? So we're gonna do 2 cups of flour, and we're gonna add in, it calls for baking powder and baking soda, so we're gonna go ahead and just put in the baking soda into this and just kind of hope for the best, mamas. We're gonna just hope for the best because we don't need perfection here. They're a pretty simple.
I need a spoon.
Oh, you know what? You can also open this up if you want and make it easier to dig into.
Look at that.
There you go.
These days.
I know. It's amazing, huh? And you all know that I talked about in the past, I love to take shortcuts where I can. So I buy my flour pre-ground because we use a lot of oat flour in my house. And it just really makes my life a lot easier because I don't have to pull out the blender, grind the flour, clean the blender, so on and so forth. So I'm just all about the simple. So she's gonna put the flour, I did the baking soda, and we're gonna do,
however,
yeah,
I'm at home and I use gluten-free oats.
Yes, this is gluten-free.
So I need the link below.
Oh,
so I can order this.
Yeah, well, this is an Azure order. You guys have seen my Azure standard that I have a link for my haul from Azure. So I do buy my gluten-free because my daughter can only tolerate the gluten-free oats as well. I can handle either, but since she can only handle that and I like to bake for her too, I try to just kind of go and do that. So now Cathryn had the great idea that we would do apple pie spice with this. So we have nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice. And what'd you say? We're gonna do a teaspoon of cinnamon?
Teaspoon of cinnamon.
There you go, ma'am.
Quarter teaspoon each of the allspice and the nutmeg.
Sounds good to me.
I think that'd be good.
I think it'll be really good. Just change it up a little bit. This recipe is super duper forgiving as far as you can make it kind of any flavor profile that you'd like. And so don't hesitate to
And you could
play with
even
it.
put a little
Would you say quarter?
quarter.
Okay.
You can make it with ginger spice and a little,
Ooh, yeah.
little bit of cayenne if you like spicy
Yeah.
hot things.
That would be totally delicious. I actually think you could probably even cut back the oat flour in this and make a chocolate cookie.
Okay, now I want a chocolate cookie. Next episode.
Which, by the way, if you're enjoying this one, we are going to be doing some more videos together for sure this week while
We're
I've
gonna
got
have
her.
as much cooking shenanigans as we can fit in.
Yes, absolutely we are. Okay, so we need salt. Do you want to just grind in?
Yeah.
It says a half a teaspoon. You know, I'm like, whatever. So this recipe says to combine the dry ingredients. And then we're going to put the wet in here. We're kind of doing it a little reverse. Yeah, looks good to me. I'm happy.
Are you gonna Swedish chef it? Or are you good there? They're mixed the stir.
Oh, I did.
You did.
It's all good, right?
I
We're
do
cool.
that.
We're cool with this.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't even have an apron on today,
We broke our.
which I'll show you guys in the next video because I have a new apron because somebody sews like amazing. Okay, so now we're going to combine the wet ingredients with the sweeteners. That's how Sylvia had us do it, which Sylvia, like I said, she's another one of our admin sisters. And she has developed some amazing, yeah, you want to pop those in here? She has developed some amazing recipes herself. Her and her family all have some different food sensitivities as well. And let me tell you guys, when we come together for a THM admin retreat, it is an adventure to feed us.
There's about, what, 14 of us who have food sensitivities
Yeah.
of some sort.
Yeah.
And they overlap, but they are not the same. It ends up with what, about 50 things people can't eat?
Yeah, it's really challenging to feed us all, but we do our best. We eat a lot of salads and chicken.
But we do end up creating some pretty nifty things that we can all have. We end up with a dessert every time.
Yep, that we all love. It works out beautifully.
Nobody starves.
Nope, and everybody does a great job. Everyone that has input on it does an awesome job of putting it together. But let me tell you, it is not for the faint of heart to try to feed the THM allergy admins. It is serious business. Okay, so we're also going to add into here half a cup of, I'm using Swerve brown sugar sweetener. If you cannot have this for any reason, you can totally just use whatever on-plant sweetener you can have, and you can add some molasses to this. This recipe is especially more forgiving in that area since it's already an E. You don't have to worry so much about those little bit of extra carbs going into it, affecting if you were working in an S setting. So we got here our...
Where's my apron?
She didn't bring her apron. Okay, so we've got that. We're gonna add in some sweetener. You're good with sweet blend?
I'll eat it.
Do you want me to use something else?
No, I'm on vacation.
Okay, whoop.
How much do we need of that?
Well, it says a half a cup, but I'm gonna just get out the little bits of things that there. It's a little shy of a half a cup because I feel like that's gonna be really sweet.
I think so.
So we've got in here, we're adding in the applesauce, the sweeteners, molasses, yep, a little vanilla.
Well,
And-
the molasses is in the sugar, right?
Yeah,
Swerve?
yeah. So we don't need the molasses since we have the Swerve brown sugar anyway. And what is it? A teaspoon? Yeah, a teaspoon of vanilla. Which, you know what? I'm gonna totally do this.
Go for it.
There we go.
Perfect.
Looks good to me. And this actually I got from one of my other admin sisters. Several. Oops, as I'm
3
getting-
years ago, I think.
Yeah,
right?
3 years ago at THM admin retreat. I don't obviously. I mean, it was huge.
I still have about that much left of mine.
Do you really?
I do.
Oh my gosh,
I've been
that's
treasuring
awesome.
it. It's really good vanilla.
Yeah,
And
it's
it was
excellent.
Super inexpensive.
Yeah, it was really cheap. One of our sisters picked it up for all of us and brought it in. It was so sweet of her. Okay, so I already have the oven preheated and I have a cookie sheet lined with a parchment paper so these will not stick. And you want to do the honors? Pop it in there and mix it up?
Sure.
Fabulous. This is truly such a simple recipe, you guys.
Yeah.
And these cookies, I've made these many, many times and they travel well. So you can pop them into a Ziploc baggie and take them with you wherever you need to go. They come together easily. Truly, outside of maybe this, and you don't really need this, you just need any on-plant sweetener and molasses. They really, I would call these pretty much a no special ingredient recipe.
Yeah.
And I'd say quite inexpensive. To be honest, if I had apples, I think grating up some apples and putting them in here would be great. I don't have any, but
I think I have an apple.
you
Let
do?
me look and see
Do
if
you
I
want
have
to
an
grate one
apple.
up? Okay, I'll stir this because that would be yummy, don't you think?
Yeah.
And you could easily add in some chopped nuts for your added fat to these, which we could do. Do you want to add chopped nuts to these?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a pear.
A
Do you wanna
pear?
try a
Nah,
pear?
let's just go ahead and keep it as is, but I'll
Okay.
grab nuts too. I have walnuts. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, I'll grab those. You stir.
Okay.
Okay, so we decided to get out some walnuts and we're gonna chop them up. I'm just gonna do a little shy of a 1/4 cup to make sure that we stay within our range of added fat. Now this is kind of playing the field a little bit, but you know, we're admins, so we're allowed to do real risky things on THM.
And it's going to be our added fat. So
It's gonna be our added fat. And so when we eat these, we won't want to add a lot of extra fat or any extra fat to this. So if we have them for breakfast, now if I have these for breakfast, which I will tomorrow, I'm probably going to have a cup of tea and I'll probably have at least 2 cookies. I would say maybe 3, something depending on the size we make them. And I'm going to have collagen added to my tea for my added protein. And then these will already have the added fat, so I'll be really good to go. Now, what would you do? Same?
I would figure out what 1/4 of the recipe is and eat up to that amount. In other words, if this makes 30 cookies, I just might have 7. Because it's breakfast. I like to top load my breakfast. That holds me better through the day.
If you eat more in the morning. Yeah.
And probably instead of just the scoop of collagen, because there's no other protein in this.
Yeah.
Well, tiny bit in the nuts.
There's going to be,
bit.
and a little bit in here. Because a serving of oats has 6 grams.
Well, yes, but usually what I do when I have oats, because I've been insulin resistant, is I will have the collagen, but I will also have like a tablespoon of creamy dreamy or pea protein powder.
Yeah.
So I would probably make just a little thin thick with those in it.
A little something on the side.
Yep, like a little
to round it out.
with
That's actually a really great idea. But this is what's kind of cool about THM is we all do it different. We all make it work for our, you know, each of us individually. For me, I'm one of those people that I can eat a bowl of oatmeal and not add any extra protein and I'll be fine for 3 hours. But I don't think you are. I think you need a little extra.
No, I have to be a little wiser about my choices.
Yeah.
And I need a little extra fuel in the morning or I'll crash and burn.
Yeah. This is still a little bit thin.
Go for it, Mamacita.
We're gonna add a little bit more oat flour. I don't know. I think maybe changing the consistency from applesauce to pumpkin.
Actually, you're right, because the applesauce is looser and the pumpkin's thicker.
So I think that that's just changed it a little, and I just know what the texture of these are supposed to be like, and it's definitely a thicker cookie. But we're all good. We're just gonna add in a little extra and make it work.
Should I grab the cookie sheet?
Yeah, you wanna grab the cookie sheet? And that little scoop right there.
And it's not for ice cream. You
No,
know, I
this
always
isn't
thought
for
this
ice
was
cream.
for little bits of ice cream.
Little THM
I
serving.
thought somebody's on a diet.
I know. Do you want to scoop or you want me to scoop?
You can scoop.
Okay, I'll scoop. All right, guys. So these scoops, I showed you these before. I like them because they just help you, you know, portion size out things so that when you're baking especially, you get something that looks reasonably the same size. Not that that's super important, but it is kind of nice to have things look pretty.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
And look how fast that is. That's so much faster than when I scoop it with a tablespoon, shove it off,
I know.
shake it from my finger, do the next one.
I know. I hate that. All that mess kills me. Okay. So these guys bake for just about 12 to 14 minutes. And then we'll pull them out of the oven and we'll see how we did without the extra baking powder. So I have more to do here, which I'll just go ahead and cut this here, but I'll bring you guys back after they've been baked and we'll let them cool for a minute and we'll tell you how they came out. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Yes. Okay, so you know, Cathryn suggested I show you guys this little tip, and I don't know if you know this or not. I already did it to this one, but you know, you'll pull parchment paper off the roll and you'll lay it down and it just rolls itself right back up. So when it's like that, I just crumple it real quick, reopen it up, kind of smooth it out a little bit, and then when you go to lay it down in your pan, no more rolling, it just holds its space. So
I didn't
works
know
great.
that.
Yeah,
So I learned it.
Oh, good. It's an easy trick.
Now I'm gonna set up her cooling tray, and guess, I wanted to show you this because it's so cool. Check it out, it's got really strong legs, and it's got little rubber feet so it doesn't slide all over the place. I, for one, put cookies on a tray, and sometimes it dances around for me.
So we will be putting our cooling cookies on there in just a few minutes. We're gonna end up having 2 batches like this. So we'll, once again, we'll be back.
Please get your middies.
Okay, Cookies are done. My sniffer's not working so good, but Cathryn's is, and so she could smell that they were done. So they're out of the oven. Let me grab them really quick. Yay. Now I have 2 trays worth, but here's one. They came out absolutely beautiful.
Lovely. Watch this. Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah,
perfect.
they are going to be absolutely perfect. And we're going to take some off of here.
I can't wait.
And we are going to put them on the cooling rack. And see, they're coming off great. Oh,
Nicely.
they actually do smell super delicious.
Oh my goodness.
These are going to be great little cookies for breakfast. Like we said, for snack, for dessert, for on the go.
Tina, it's dessert time.
It
It's
is.
snack time.
Look at that. It's snack time right now. Amazing.
I just got it now.
Our timing is so incredible. Oh my gosh. So actually, let me show you how many cookies this made. I'll pull over the other rack of cookies so you can see, because they actually, I'm telling you, this is one of those recipes that in my world, this is worth the time investing to make it, because look at how many cookies you get. Oops, you can't see. Let me pull this up here. So you get, what did you say?
20, I think it was. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yep, 20 cookies.
So 20 cookies. They took, I don't know. I mean, we were goofing around, but I would say you could probably throw this recipe together in
15 minutes.
maybe at the very most. You could probably really just do it in 10 if you weren't goofing off like
How
we
long
were.
did it bake?
They baked for 12 minutes.
So yeah, you could do this whole thing in less than 20 minutes.
Yeah, you really could. They're very fast. And you know, my motto is, you know, get in the kitchen, make one thing that will last you several meals, because if you're prepared, you're more likely to stay on plan. And these especially I like because we can put these in baggies and take them on our adventures with us easily. They won't fall apart. It's hot as all get out here in Tennessee right now, and we could easily take these and not worry about melting, not needing any refrigeration, and
Look
we'll
at
have
the
a good
size
snack.
of this batch.
Yeah, and
This
these
is
are
lots.
really beautiful. Do you want to try one?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
they
I'm
smell
not
really
gonna eat
good.
yours because I know you don't share.
I don't share.
She doesn't share.
It's something I haven't shared with you guys that I don't share.
I always ask, knowing she's gonna say no, just because
No.
it's funny.
I don't share. Get your own stuff. There's like 20 cookies here. Why would I share my
No.
cookie?
Okay, you have to shove it in your mouth like a pig, like I just did. Oh my goodness.
They came out perfect.
You know, these are just the right amount of sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
They're moist, but not overly moist. It's really
They're
nice
delish.
that they're not gooey. They have
I
a
like
lovely
the crunch of
consistency.
that nut in there too, though. That's actually really nice.
Yeah, me too.
Because when I do the normal pumpkin spice ones, I've never added nuts, but I think I'm going to always add nuts and make that my added fat.
This has a good mouthfeel.
Ooh, yeah. Those are tasty.
These are fabulous.
These came out really good, you guys. This is a winner recipe. Excuse me. Sylvia did an awesome job coming up with this. Again, simple ingredients, things you can buy at the grocery store. You don't need to order anything special from THM to make these, which makes them less expensive. I'd say these are definitely on the budget-friendly end of things.
So, let's say somebody can't have oats.
I would probably try this with buckwheat flour. I bet you could do
I
it.
bet you could do it with buckwheat flour. I also think you could probably do it with quinoa flour, but you would have to take and use 1/3 less of the flour.
Yeah. But does buckwheat need to be soured or sprouted?
Not necessarily.
It's okay, we can use it straight. I can't ever remember for
You guys
some
remember
reason.
Jessica's recipe?
Yeah, but hers is soured. Well, it's got a 12-hour, 12
But
hour
you
ferment.
have to.
Okay, I can't remember for sure. Don't
Yeah.
quote us on that one, but I don't remember for sure. But I
do it all
think,
the time.
there you go. She's an admin. Yeah, these are actually super delicious. It would be fun. You know what would be fun? Is to actually have 2 of these and make up a frosting to go in between.
I was thinking about frosting.
And we can make something yummy. You know, my creamy dreamy. I made a creamy dreamy frosting.
Making a cinnamon spice one would be good.
Yeah, and making it something like that and putting it in this, or maple. Ooh, a
Oh,
maple something.
Yum.
This is what I do, you guys. This is how I come up with recipes, honestly.
Okay, so thank you, Sylvia. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry I haven't tried this already. This is fabulous.
Yeah, these are so good. These came out really, really good. And you really, truly, I think the variations are kind of endless. Oat flour is such a mild She's gonna take off all of it. You want a bag?
No, I'll just take the whole tray.
She's gonna leave now, so that's, you know. That's awesome. Well, I guess I am sharing after all. As much as I am not a fan of sharing, and clearly I'm going to be learning some sharing skills while Cathryn is here. That's okay by me. That's awesome. I know. Ooh. So yeah, I think you could do a lot of things though with these easily. I could see making them almost a lemon cookie if you wanted to. I mean,
You know, the texture's so good that you can even make like a trifle out of it.
oh yeah.
Take a few of these, break them up, mix them with some silk whipping cream made into whipped cream with whatever
Be a
flavor you want
crossover,
in
but
it.
it'd be
And it would be worth it.
it would be totally delicious.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm totally okay. Little choke there. It's fine. No, I'm really okay.
We don't usually talk while we're eating.
No, we don't. But yeah, I could see doing actually a lot of things, even with yogurt. To be honest, I think these broken up over yogurt,
Key lime,
key lime. Yeah, they're just a great base recipe, you guys.
mango,
Yeah, yeah. I think anything
blended
could go.
mango. Oh
It
my!
would be delicious.
Can we do
in
that
there.
tomorrow?
No, we have too many cookies already. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I will link for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and this time here having Cathryn here with me. We will definitely be coming out with some more videos over this week. I think we might be looking at trying payoff day candies.
Payoff day candies.
Okay, I think we're gonna probably do those. Dairy free, of course.
Dairy, gluten, soy, corn,
Peanut.
almond, peanut. Pretty much that stuff.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah, none of that. So yeah, so I think that's gonna be our next recipe.
Oh, and sugar free, of course.
Yeah, of course, sugar free. So I think that'll be our next recipe, and but these will be posting out over the next few weeks. So I hope to have a lot more videos. But in the meantime, if you guys give these a try, let us know what you think. All right.